This is also a pretty universal fear, right? That you sleep with one leg out of the cover and you fear that, like, if it's dangling off the bed, that someone's gonna reach up and snatch you in the middle of the night. Well, there you go. Remember that nightmare fuel next time. What's up, Rat Fam? Today I want to go back and explore some more of the most terrifying two-sentence horror stories on the internet. These are some of my favorite videos to record just because, like, I really like the little glimpse into a scary idea. I like that your brain can kind of fill in the holes that the story doesn't supply to make it that much more scary for you. So let's get to it. Get my reading voice on. She complains as soon as she saw me that I kept kicking her in my sleep. I just got home. It would be pretty hard to believe that person, right? Because by them saying it wasn't them, what choice is she left with other than, okay, well then someone broke into the house and was like cuddling in my sleep. She should just be grateful that she didn't wake up and then roll over and then was met with a terrifying face staring at her, you know? So, you know, there's silver lining. My eyes were glued to the scarring images of the horrifying scrapbook I found at my new neighbor's house. As I flipped towards the end of the book, I noticed that there was a blank spot with today's date written below it. Wait, was she in her new neighbor's house and they weren't there? Because wouldn't they have saw her with that scrapbook? Or they just like went to go get tea and she saw the scrapbook on the table and she like rudely flipped through it? That's kind of rude. Oh my god, you'd have to hurry up and like hide it and act like nothing was wrong as they came back with like tea or something, you know what I mean? But then you wouldn't want to drink the tea because like maybe that's how they get their victims. Maybe I just like fake like, oh my gosh, I just got a text, someone needs me right now. Maybe try to take the scrapbook and just run out of the house. I don't know, what would you do in this situation? There's a lot of options, but all the possibilities, I don't like the potential outcome that I'm envisioning. But what if they were going to be the new victim? The boy slid the mask on and sneered. I don't see what's so scary about your masks. The mask maker grinned. That's because you haven't tried to take it off yet. This is reminding me of, was it a Goosebumps episode or was it Are You Afraid of the Dark? I think it was a Goosebumps episode. Well, there's an episode where the kid steals the mask, puts it on, and then can't get it off for Halloween. Yeah, that was a really spooky one. Oh my gosh, that is like giving me claustrophobic vibes. Oh, I'm not a big fan of wearing masks. Really, the only Halloween that I can actually remember wearing a mask was I did this like haunted cabin and I got to be somebody like that scared people and it was really fun. And for that I got to wear like this really creepy pumpkin mask. And even just being in that mask for a little bit, you felt very like cut off. I felt very like my breath was limited, but then the idea that it wouldn't come off, that would send me straight into a panic. I reached under the bed to find my missing sock, but I felt a hand instead. No. What would be the best case scenario in this? Hopefully like a family member or friend thought it'd be funny to scare you. That would be like best case scenario. Worst case scenario is you have a ghost/demon hiding in your bed and today was the day they decided to make their presence known. This is also a pretty universal fear, right? That you sleep with one leg out of the cover and you fear that like if it's dangling off the bed that someone's gonna reach up and snatch you in the middle of the night. That's always fun to remember right before you fall asleep, right? Especially with summer coming up, the time where you don't want to sleep with a big blanket on you. Oh, well, there you go. Remember that nightmare fuel next time. I never noticed that spot on my ceiling until it blinked and noticed me. You know, in my mind I was thinking mold, water stain, but if a face were to appear out of that water stain or mold, I feel like you would notice it real quick. So maybe it was like a black spot, which is really concerning that they didn't notice it sooner. And then like eyes just peering. Okay, yeah, Grudge. That was the scene from The Grudge, right? Where there was like a stain on the ceiling and like it turned into like the hair. Well, again, another thing to remember when you're going to sleep and you look over across your room and see in the dark corner, there's a little suspicious shadow. My cat never goes near my closet. The one day she did, she didn't come back. Well, that makes me really sad. I love my cats and my cats are like my life. I mean, I should be afraid of like a monster living in the closet. That's very spooky. But like, I'm more just sad that I wouldn't get to see my cat again instead of like the monster being there. You know what I mean? But now I'm just thinking of a monster in my closet and that's fun. I love filming with my back to the closet every time a closet's brought up in a scary story. That's comforting. Side note though, Frankie has gone into my closet because she loves hiding in closets and like under tables and chairs and stuff like that. And she's gotten into my closet before and the door has shut behind her and I didn't realize she was in there until one day I was sitting on my bed on my computer and then all of a sudden I heard scratching coming from my closet. That was fun. No, it wasn't. That was terrifying. I almost peed myself. Oh my god, I just saw the picture behind it. That darn Russian sleep experiment picture, I can never escape it. It's always reappearing. Whenever I cover any topic on the internet, I feel like I somehow get back to this creepy picture. It's been watching me for hours now. Sometimes I catch glimpses of its reflection on the computer screen, but I dare not turn around. I turn around a lot when I film because I feel like I, get really paranoid that something's gonna be behind me. I see like movement in my viewfinder from like me moving. So I turn around a lot, and every time I do, for just like a fraction of a second, I think, oh my gosh, once I turn around and something's actually there. And this just reminded me of that. With all like the reflective surfaces that we use on a daily basis, like our computer monitors, our TV screens, our phones, you know what I mean? Like there's so much mirror action happening that the idea of capturing something like moving behind you when there shouldn't be something moving behind you, that's something I feel like most of us have like scared ourselves by doing. Right? Every time I film, I do that. I've done that quite a few times when I'm just chilling in bed with my laptop like this on my chest. Modern horror movies should start using this more. I asked the hot guy in my class why he was staring at me. He said he wasn't. He was staring at the demon that hovers just above me. He's like a cat or a dog, right? Like whenever they're barking at nothing or staring at your ceiling, you kind of get like that paranoid feeling that, oh, maybe they're seeing something that I'm not seeing, But would you want to ask him more questions like, what is this demon? Can I get rid of it? Is it, well, I mean, it's a demon. Are they always bad? I'm not sure. But it's not great knowing something that you can't see is falling behind you, So would you want to ask more questions to learn more about it? Or would you want to write him off as, okay, and then just never really try to think about it ever again? That's a hard one, because I guess if you can get rid of it, you'd rather know. But then that opens up a whole new world of possibilities, and I don't know if I'd be ready for that. My blind friend told me how much he loves hanging around me and my brother. My brother died 5 years ago. What would you tell this person? Does that mean, oh my god, I thought I saw something behind me. Does that mean somebody's been posing as this brother for what? To gain access just because they're lonely? Or does it mean that he can see the dead brother? And if so, is that scary or is that sweet? I don't know, that's for you to answer. I guess it depends. Unless he's hearing a voice that the other guy's not hearing, that he thinks is his brother, but it's not actually his brother and he's never actually met his brother, and instead he's hearing his demon. And this right here is why I love 2 sentence horror stories. There's a lot of questions you can ask, and there's a lot of stuff that you can make up in your head and make scarier for you. And the last one we're going to end it on today is, for all those people that live alone. This one's for you. I'm sorry. Please like this video though before you hate me and have nightmares. I like living alone because when I hear faint singing or I feel a hand on my thigh, I know it's one of them. Well, that's a little freaky. I've never read a horror story from the perspective of somebody that wants to be haunted. What's one of them mean? Like ghosts? Is it a specific ghost or a couple ghosts that this person has a connection with and that's why they're happy and they like it? Or do they also want to be a ghost one day, so they think by being nice to the ghosts in their house, they'll get to be a ghost one day? Very interesting. Never hear that side of the story. But I think that does it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you liked it and want to see more like it, please give this video a big thumbs up so that I know you liked it and want to see more like it. But until next time, keep with the radness, and I'll see you all soon. Bye! Seriously, one day this closet will be gone, and I'll be so much happier.